Hi, this is Rachelle from Rivet Patterns, and we are going to be talking a bit about broad and narrow shoulder adjustments. The shoulder adjustments are based on the shoulder length, which is from the neck point out to the hinge where the sleeve cap meets. If your shoulder length is longer, then it's gonna feel like this is pulling up towards your neck. If your shoulder length is shorter, it's gonna kind of hang off the end. There are some patterns where you want to drop shoulder, but if you are not going for that look, then you will need to alter the shoulder length. So let's start by marking. We're gonna go from about, this is the seam allowance. You always need to either mark your seam allowances to work from it or take them off, do your adjustment, and then add them back on. So we're going to go about halfway down the shoulder length. And then we're going to make another mark about a third of the way down the arm side. This is not rocket science. It doesn't need to be super accurate, but some accuracy is helpful. Then we're going to draw two lines. The first we're going to draw is between the shoulder and the arm side, like this. Okay, and the second one we're going to draw from just kind of on a 45-degree angle here. It's not going to be smack in the middle because otherwise it'll be, you're kind of looking for this triangle here. Okay, and out to the corner. Next thing we're going to do, and I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see really clearly. So our pivot points for this are going to be right here and right here. So if you leave your seam allowances on, you need to make a little snip here and a little snip here. Otherwise, it's just going to get all crumply and it won't hinge right. Okay, now let's get started on this. Start cutting from the shoulder length down to the arm side, but do not cut through where you stopped. You want to leave a little bit of paper there so that it becomes a hinge. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing here. Now this makes your pattern very delicate, but if you happen to accidentally snip through it or rip it off, no worries, just tape it back on and recut it. So this allows us movement within the pattern piece to move the pieces in and out without altering the overall length of the arm side. For a narrow shoulder adjustment, we want to make this shoulder length shorter. The best way to figure out how much you want to shorten it is to make a muslin and look at where the sleeve cap seam hits your shoulder. You want it to sit right at the crease, so you can gauge how much you will need to shorten it so that that's where the seam hits you properly. The bigger your size, the more leeway you're going to have with this. This is a very small size because I was using the least amount of paper possible. So we're not going to make it much shorter. We're just going to do like 3/8 of an inch or so. So if we mark our overlap about 3/8. Okay, now we're going to use the hinges to bring this in. Now it's not going to match up completely there up at the top, because if you do this, you're going to get some weird funky angles. So you want to keep this kind of the same. Bring it in. It has that little gap, but that's okay. Okay, and go ahead and just stick a piece of tape there. So now we need to go in and we need to fix this and we need to fix this. So for here, the easiest way, if you just draw it, you can draw all the funky stuff in here. Oop. Wow, I'm really ruining this. You can do better than I can, I'm sure of it. Okay. Wow, that's really terrible. Okay, so we need to fix this here and this here. So all you're going to do for this is your original neck point. We don't want to lower the entire thing or you're going to affect the neck line. So it's going to change the slope of your shoulder. Can't be helped. Connect those two. Over here, we're just going to blend that so that it doesn't have that weird point. See that? And that's it. So you will cut out your new pattern piece and hopefully your shirt will fit you much better.